This is not the video we wanted to make, but when an official accident report is leaked, which is unsigned, selectively quoted, and widely amplified by mainstream media, it actually stops being an investigation and starts looking like an unfortunate cover-up. On July 12th, India's Airline Pilots Association, ALPA-I, released a scathing statement rejecting the preliminary investigation report into the deadly Air India AI171 crash in Ahmedabad. Their accusation? Well, the report was leaked to the media without attribution. It blamed the pilots without transparency. And most shockingly, the copy circulating is unsigned, raising serious doubt about its authenticity. The unsigned preliminary report claims both engines on the B787 shut down just after takeoff because the fuel control switches were manually moved to cut off. The report alleges switch 1 moved to cut off. 1 second later, switch 2 followed. RAT, which is the ram air turbine, deployed, which was previously covered extensively here at AIM TV. Make sure to please check that out. Aircraft lost lift. Pilots tried to reverse the switch, but it was too late. But here's the thing. This sequence of events comes straight from leaked data and anonymous sources quoted by international media, not from a signed attributed document. ALPA-I didn't hold back. They raised 6 points. Media leak without signature. Investigative opacity. International leak to Wall Street Journal. Unclear compliance on safety bulletin from 2018. Pilot guilt presumed without evidence. Demand for inclusion in the investigation. So basically, in their words, we categorically reject this presumption and insist on a fair, fact-based inquiry. Captain Steve, an airline pilot and military flight instructor, called out how unlikely this scenario really is. In his words, there's no way a pilot could cut off both fuel switches immediately after takeoff. That's actually not how we are trained. Add to that, the 2018 FAA bulletin had flagged switch design flaws. No mandatory inspections were carried out by Air India. Simulator tests couldn't replicate such a failure. Cockpit audio shows one pilot saying, "Why did you cut off?" and the other replied, "I didn't." This was not a standard failure. It wasn't actually a procedural error. And yet, the blame is quietly being pinned on two pilots who can no longer speak. This leaked document isn't even a final report. It carries no signature, no investigator name, no timeline for completion, no answers from Boeing, no accountability from Air India, no clarity on why the fuel control module was replaced twice in 5 years. No statement on whether the 2018 service bulletin recommendation were followed. And yet, it's already shaping global headlines. That's actually not an investigation. That's narrative building. Similar claims were being made in 2014 when Malaysia Airlines flight MH370 disappeared. Many experts believe the pilot may have deliberately diverted the aircraft before it disappeared. Why does this matter? 230 passengers, 10 cabin crew, 2 pilots, 19 people on the ground. In total, 262 lives lost. So before we rush to judgment, we must ask, who benefits from shifting the blame away from hardware, software, or procedural lapses and pinning it on 2 deceased pilots? ALPA-I is right to demand transparency. And until a full report, which is signed, verified, peer-reviewed, is released, we urge you to question what you read, because the truth can't be left on autopilot. This is Front Page by AIM TV. Think AI, think AIM.